Good morning, family and friends. We're outside doing a small project. We just thought we'd try out here. We hadn't changed the oil in this diesel tractor in a while, so we're going to change the oil, just show you some of the steps out here on the farm, and just kind of give you an idea. We do have things to do out here. We're pretty busy most of the time. So let's get started. All right, let's show you what kind of things we have to do this job. Sandy, look down here. We got us a drain pan. Here, we got our oil. It shows it holds 6 quarts. I've got us a filter. I've got me some safety glasses because I don't like things falling in my eyes when I'm under the truck or tractor. I've got an oil filter here. Got us a pretty nice oil filter. I've got me a oil filter remover in case I can't do it by hand. And then this is for the drain plug, and of course this is for my hands and mess that I make. So this is the drain plug item here. The drain plug's underneath. We're going to go underneath in a minute. This is a hydraulic filter. Here, this is not the one we're changing. We're changing this little black filter right here. See this filter here? That's the oil filter right there. All right, first step, I did decide to check up here. I do have another fill place for oil up here. You can fill them through the dipstick tube, but we're going to fill it right through here, and we got us a big funnel, so that'll just make it a lot easier. We're going to get the filter off of it first because the dirty part is always underneath. I'm going to do that last. Let's get our drain bucket. Now, all of this oil that we catch on this diesel, we recycle it. I'll catch it, I'll pour it back in the jugs and take it. The local auto parts store will take the used oil. So that's a good way to just get rid of it properly, and then they sell it to an oil manufacturer and usually burn it in shop heaters or something like that. So let's see if we can get this oil filter off. Now I had already pre-loosened it, so I beat y'all to it because I didn't know how tight and how hard, because if I remember right, the original one was a beast to get off. Now, like just about anything diesel, it is just black nasty. All right, let's go set this filter off over there and let that drip. All right, we got our oil filter off, and something you always check on your oil filter when you take it off is always look to see if the gasket is still on the filter, this gasket right here. Because sometimes they can stick to the housing. If they stick to the housing and you put the new filter, it's gonna leak, it's gonna make a mess. That's experience talking, especially a diesel. Let's see if we got any gasket underneath this thing. Nope, it's pretty clean. I'm gonna wipe that off with a rag, just so that it's real clean. No, I haven't drained the rest of the tractor yet. We're just gonna get this filter done. Now, on these, I like to add a little oil in the filter and then screw it up there. All right, a little oil. I think I put a little bit too much. Okay, let's put a bit, and you'll want to smear just a film of it around the gasket so it contacts good. And then you got to wipe your hand off. And then we're going to stick the filter back on. Now you got to come up through the frame here. There we go. We got it started. Now a lot of people tighten these with a wrench. You don't have to tighten them with a wrench. You just get them snug. We'll try that, and if it leaks, then we'll tighten it a little tighter with our hands. All right, next up we need to go underneath the tractor, and get the drain plugs off of it. So I'm gonna crawl under here, and then I'm gonna get Sandy to hand me the camera. So let me walk around. I got me a pad to lay on. All right, we are under the tractor. As you can see, there's the front wheel right there. This is the oil pan for the tractor, and the 2-bolt drain plugs. There's one there, and there's one there. Now it's going to hit and make a mess, but that's okay. We got a big enough drain pan. I'm gonna see if I can get y'all set up enough to where y'all can see what's going on. Now those are 1 1/8. Okay, there's one drain plug. Now let's grab our wrench. Where'd we do with our wrench? It's got to be here somewhere. Oh, there it is. And let's see if we can break it loose. Oh, it knocked y'all over. Did y'all fall? Got the sun right in my eyes. How about y'all's? Okay, we got it loose. See if I can turn it with my finger. Nope, not yet. That ought to be loose enough. Alright, we got that loose. Let's get our bucket centered underneath it and get me on the other side of it. Okay, we got it loose. Let's see what kind of mess we're going to make. Now, it still showed on the dipstick that it was pretty full, so we should get a little over a gallon out of it. Oh, what a black mess. Now, these have a copper washer on the drain plug, and those can be reused. I'm just going to clean it off good. All right, we got the second drain bolt out. We got it draining, and on these washers, it's got a kind of lip on this side and a flat on this side. Make sure you put the flat to the block, and then just screw this in. Now, I get a little oil in my hand, but it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I say I'm gonna screw it. There we go. It just took a minute to get it started. And I get it as snug as I can, that way I can just put a wrench on it. Alright, let's get some oil off of me. We're gonna move the pan out of the way. If I get a little on the concrete, it won't hurt. I can wash it off. Everything wiped off here. We're gonna put our wrench on it. Have to come around this way. There we go. And it don't have to be real tight. As you see, this wrench is real long, so you don't have to put a whole lot on it. Just get it snug. And that one's on. All right, let's go to the top and put some oil on it. Well, we got the filter on. We've got the oil drained out of it. The next thing we're gonna do is put some oil in it. Let's get my, what do you call this? My floor mat, so I didn't get dirty. I save old boxes. They come in handy for crawling under stuff. Instead of getting ants and dirt and everything in your back. Now there's a little more oil. What we'll do is we'll pour it back in these jugs. Let's just get it out of the way, because I can see me stepping in it and putting my foot in it. Can't you, Sandy? All right, we got that out of the way. Now we're gonna fill it up here. We take the fill cap off of it. I thought maybe it might say what type of oil and stuff, but it doesn't. We're gonna wipe it off good though. Get it all clean. Let's clean this surface here a little bit. There we go. Now the funnel is old, it looks dirty, but it's clean, y'all. Alright, let's get our first gallon in there. We got our funnel going. Let's pour our first oil in there. Try not to spill it everywhere. Now, when I change oil, I also wait for a day that's not real windy, because when you're draining the bottom of it, it blows all over the place. So today we don't have much of a wind. Now, why is it overflowing? I'm pouring it too fast. Now I got a mess to clean up on the engine. And if you leave that on the engine, when you're out there in the field, it just sticks to it, makes a dirty mess. So I'm gonna clean it up. Now we're gonna go ahead and put 5, maybe 6 quarts in, and then we're gonna start it up and recheck the oil level. And to open these, they've got a little peel thing here. You just peel this back and grab hold of it. I got oil in my hand, so it was a little slick, but I still got it off. And this is the oil that we're using. We're using a Dello 1540 for diesel engines. And you can see this is 1 gallon. So we're going to put not quite another half in there, and then we'll check it. And on these jugs, they have a line where you can see that's 2 quarts, 1 quart, 3, and then 4 is up here. Okay, we're almost down to 2. We're almost down, we're about 2.5. We're going to crank it up and see where it's at there. And also, when cranking it up, we're going to check for leaks. Because if you got any leaks, you got to address that right now. We got that. Let's just check the oil level with the dipstick. And we've got 2 notches on here. That's being low and that's full right there. And that's where we want it after we run it a second. But I'm just going to check it anyway and see where we're at before I crank it. It's just barely touching the stick. And a lot of people will reach up beside the side of their tractor and start it up standing out there. I'm not going to do it. One of my neighbors did that, and the thing kicked into gear and went through his shop and tore everything up and pinned him up against the wall because he's trying to shut it down. I'm not going to start it unless I'm sitting here where I can push the clutch in. Okay, we're halfway to full, so we're going to need another. Like I said, it may take 2 full gallons. I'm sure some of y'all YouTubers will correct me if I'm wrong, won't you? Let's see, we're almost to full. So I think we could probably go ahead and put the rest of it in there. Yep, I think it's going to take 2 full gallons in this one. If I remember right, I think that's what I put in it last time. And of course, in the morning cold, it'll show fuller than it is now. All right, let's pull the dipstick out and try again. Yep, that put us right up to the full line. So we got our full, we got no leaks. So we now have an oil service, and we're gonna write it down this time. I don't think we wrote it down last time we changed the oil on it. All right, let's put the cap on, make sure it's tight. So you don't want to get dirt down the top of that engine. Got that on there. And we can close the hood. And then we're pretty much done. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I got other jobs to get started out here. This one wasn't really bad. It's just that there's no breeze today. Even though it's good when you're draining oil, but still it's hot out here. So this is a 4025 Mahindra. It's a diesel tractor, and we just changed the engine oil in it. We put a fresh new filter on it. It took a Napa 1068. The drain plugs, it has 2, one on each side of the pan. We drained both of those, and remember the wrench size is 1 1/8 for that. We used 2 gallons of oil on it, and we're ready to go till the next time. So we're going to get it wrote down in the records. I got a board inside we write it on, and that'll give us a good record. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed watching a little bit on the farm. This is just part of the maintenance we have to do to get our equipment to last a while, and you should be doing the same thing to yours. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. Get outside, enjoy the outdoors. Y'all hit that like button. Tell me what you like about the video. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.